So this is the final. What happened is I didn't share screen while recording, so I lost a lot of the recording. But I'm just gonna walk us through how all of this came together. So I'm re-recording the whole step, and I think our brand was not looking this way. So for now, I'm just gonna take out the brand. You know what? I'm gonna take out the rest of the brand. I'm just gonna take out the brand so that I can explain how that works to us. So where I stop really is to bring in this shape, and I've shown us this a few times. I simply converted it to smart object and move into the shape. I rasterize the layer. And then I remove the background that it's used to have. I see a bit of white there, so maybe I can just take the time to remove that now. So the reason it's looking blurry is because I'm using this shape now really small in the front end. So when you come back here, it's going to look blurry. If I was using it a little bigger, then it's going to be a bit sharper. So that's how I remove that background. And then I put this phone number next to it. Obviously, it's just phone number stacked on top of each other. It goes this way, then I press enter to break it into two. So that's that. And then another thing I did was I duplicated the glow layer and I locked this so I can't move it around as much. So I duplicated the glow layer so that I get more glow. This way, it's a bit of a glow, but I want more glow so the flower pops. Then so I don't see this way I can move the glow. But so I can move it around, I locked it. Select that layer, locked it. Select this layer, locked it. Then with the branding, I decided to put the food and confectionaries part in block letters, selected that. I simply came down here and selected this TT. That puts everything block letters. Then I decided to add a line to it. I've already added the lines here, so you know how to do lines now. And then I wrote this "Heaven in your mouth" catchphrase underneath it. Then I just brought it to the center and made everything black. Okay. And then I grouped it together inside brown, which means the jolly, the foot, the line, and "Heaven's in your mouth." I grouped everything together and I call that brand. Good. Now, I think the last piece was that I made let me just show you. I made a bit of a rectangle like this, really small, okay? And I added the color, I removed this outline, I added the color green to it. And then I Control T that, I right click, select Q, and then shift it a little bit. So this came out and I say yes. So what I got is that thing like that, moving that way, and I made it a bit smaller. So what I want to do is create a motif of it. I want to create design motifs. We call this design motifs. I want to use it as a texture on the background and the design itself. And what I did was I started duplicating it. I Control T, I rotated it this way or that way. And then I press U, or I simply went back to the shape tool here. I changed the color. And then I did that a couple of times. I did that several times. And then what I ended up with, I'm going to remove this. What I ended up with was many of it, which I grouped together into what? Let me just call that motif. And then I did it many times and I ended up with this. And that's what was added to the design. And that was the finishing touch our design needed. Maybe again, we just need our cake to pop a little more, to be just a little brighter, maybe. But we still want to get the creaminess and everything of the cake there. No, I don't want that. Yeah, so good. Now our cake pops a little now, because now we can see our cake through the nylon. Before, when I had this down here, it was so dark we couldn't see it much. But when I brought it onto the line, we can now see our cake through the nylon, and I don't, and it's good. True, that's wrapper. Okay, so and then I saved it, Control Shift S in the selected where I wanted it to be. I selected JPEG, save, and save as. Of course, I saved it before, that's why I needed to replace it. And that concluded our class today. And this was a simple flyer we've built. And this was yesterday and this was today. All right. Thank you very much for attending class today.